why in the world would we want to play with a virtual reality when we have real life? Why in the world would you want to create a virtual character, put them in a virtual house, in a virtual world, have virtual problems, all just pixelated, none of it's real? Why would you want to do that?
Okay. Well, hello. Welcome to my channel.
I know y'all hear that little beat in the back. Wait a minute.
Don't ask me to start on here. I'm playing video games.
Leave me alone. Let me play my video games. You need to leave me alone. Oh my gosh. They're attacking me. I feel attacked. No. Okay.
Oh my, what's the point of the game? She has nothing left to live for. Oh my, are you serious?
Okay, so I can only go for so long talking about how bad The Sims 4 is and whatever EA is doing to that game. We all know EA has a different vision of what The Sims should be, which is very different than what the core players actually want. So instead of me dragging The Sims for the literal 100th time, so many videos you can check out on my channel, I just have a couple questions that I wanted to talk about in this video. You know, EA's got me thinking that I need to get some stuff off my chest. So, first question, what is a true life sim? What does that even mean? Second, why do we want to play it? What is the allure, the love, the reasoning why we thirst, literally I thirst to play a virtual character's life? There's something about it that just keeps me coming back for more. Last but not least at all, most importantly, I feel like, what is next for the life simulation genre? I need to know. This is scary. EA is scaring me. This is why we should never have a monopoly over anything, because I'm terrified. I just cannot talk with you for about 30 minutes, please. I don't even know if this video is gonna be 30 minutes. We'll see, because I swear I start a video one way and it turns out once I'm finished a completely different video. I never know how these videos are gonna go. Just a disclaimer, this is just a video that I can talk my mess, put my opinions into, and just, you know, process. I'm telling you, these videos are almost like a therapy session when it comes to video gaming for me. Yes, also thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos. I don't know what's going on, but like I've been having consistent viewers, not a lot. I reached 100 subscribers, which is crazy to me, but I didn't want to like post anything because I know other people won't see that as accomplishment, but me, my little heart is singing like, wow, 100 people pressed that subscribe button whether they watch my channel or not. There was 100 people who pressed subscribe at one point in time, and that's crazy to me. But yeah, this video is just for me to talk my mess and figure out what in the world is going on in my head. Let me get on into the video. Okay, so what is the definition of a life simulation game? There were so many to choose from, but I just chose Google because it was the first one to pop up. Yeah, so the definition of a life simulation, according to Google, is life simulation games are about maintaining and growing a virtual life where players are given the power to control the lives of autonomous people or creatures. Artificial life games are related to computer science research in artificial life. Now that's a whole bunch of words that I kind of do understand, but I don't feel like it right now. I don't want to think that hard. So to me, when I personally think of life simulation, I think of the literal word life, a life game. We play with life. Basically the Sims slogan that they don't really use. So then when you think of life simulation, what is then life? Also to me, my personal opinion about life is basically you make it what you make it, because honestly none of this matters. None of the things in this world matters. It's just about you and what you make it. Yes, there's physical restrictions. You can't do everything, but you do what you want within those physical restrictions, those obvious restrictions, not EA's restrictions because they just want to put restrictions and don't have the time to do it themselves. I don't know. I will take every chance to bash EA because gross. Back to the point, a life sim should then be a sandbox game mirroring reality. You could do what you want, you can create what you want, you can manipulate what you want, but that also follows the laws of reality. You get me? You get me. Basically, just a sandbox game. At its true core, a life sim is a sandbox game. You put your love and your emotions and your vision and your expression into a sim or your character. You put them into the world and you allow things to happen that you want to happen, and you also allow other things to happen because sometimes things happen on their own. It's fun. It's a sandbox game. I don't know how to express this. If you get me, you get me. A life sim at its core should be a sandbox game that mirrors reality. So now The second question is, why in the world would we want to play with a virtual reality when we have real life? Why in the world would you want to create a virtual character, put them in a virtual house, in a virtual world, have virtual problems, all just pixelated, none of it's real? Why would you want to do that? And that's what people say who don't understand the thirst for life simulation games, the thirst for The Sims. They don't understand it. They don't get us. A girl that would get it gets it. And the first reason why we get it is the escapism. Sometimes it's nice just to not focus on whatever's going on in the real world and put ourselves into our game to just live out the lives that we want. It's nice to do that. Now, when it comes to escapism, I identify with half of this experience. There's a half of players who want to be their Sims. Now, I personally do not. No matter how successful my Sim is, no matter how interesting their personality is, I never want to be them, but there are people who do, so they should be represented, so I will mention them. But there's a group of players who I identify with who just, it's nice to avoid reality and create our own story. Let's make our own reality for a second, one that we have full control over, because sometimes living this life can be too much. It can be too much, and all you want to do is just sit in a dark corner and go numb to everything. That's not productive. But what also isn't productive is playing The Sims, but it's fun, so we choose that option instead of just sitting in a corner and disappearing. It's better than that, so we choose this. There's also the creativity aspect. That's basically just being able to create whatever you want, create the people you want, create the buildings you want, create the world you want, like make the story that you want. I swear that life simulation is a place for all people to come together. You can have writers, you can have musicians, you can have any sort of person could enjoy playing The Sims, because you can pretty much do anything, because it's literally simulating life. All those things are in life. Everybody can have a piece of the pie. You can pretty much do anything you want. Yes, like I said before, there are restrictions, but sometimes those basic restrictions, basic EA, hear me, basic, not money cutting restrictions, basic restrictions can add some fun. You can't imagine how much fun I've had simply just building in The Sims 4. Just building. I've had years where I haven't played the game. I would just build and build and build and get better, and it was beautiful, and it gave me so much serotonin. That's simply it. It's just, there's just a serotonin boost from The Sims. It's beautiful. And then when you create what you create and you look at it and you're just like, oh, that's my baby. I did that. I did that. Can you believe I did that? I did that. It's beautiful. I like it. Also, with the stories that you can create, you have your Sims, they have babies, and you raise those babies up into adults, and you are attached to those Sims because you put your time and effort into making them how you want to make them. It's the same thing writers experience, almost. Not to that degree, but it's on the same level, I feel like. When you create a character and you put time and effort into writing their story, you care about these people. These not real people. These fictional characters, for some reason you care, because putting time into anything could cause you to care. The life sim genre is just a big serotonin boost. There's also the aspect of unpredictability. Now, sometimes that's what actually can make life fun. Things will happen on their own. You could literally sit there in a room by yourself. Life will still do its thing. Something will always happen, and that's fun when it happens in The Sims. Like those situations where your Sim's autonomy is on and they click with one Sim and they start a romance without you having to do anything, and then boom, you have a partner. Or when they fight with a random Sim, it's just fun to watch them fight and like cause drama, but your Sim did that. You did not have to direct them to do that. Stuff is interesting. There are also people who just create characters and then torture them just to see what happens. Look, all Simmers should be represented in this conversation. It's literally watching a virtual butterfly effect unfold. Is that not interesting to you? How is that not fun? It's like those games. What are those games? I forgot what they're called, but there's those games where like you basically create your solar system. You put your settings like this and then you watch it grow. Something about that is just like, I don't know what it is. It's serotonin again. It just gives you the feels. It gives me the feels. I am not a scientist. I am not super smart. I'm just telling you the way life sim makes me feel. The things you create and the storylines you write build upon themselves. Something about it just, it feeds the soul. It feeds the soul. It's that good energy. That's what it is. Hey, you liked this video, didn't you? Okay, why don't you go ahead and click the like button and then watch this video. Or you can watch this video. You know, same vibe, get your life. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Bye!